crash out too. What's going on, folks? Welcome to tonight's episode of Running Gun Podcast. I'm Jay Peeps, and this man,
and I'm Ace.
Yes, and this evening for you guys, we have basically SWAC baseball. So, we can provide a good little score update right now because Jackson State beat Texas Southern because Texas Southern just forgot how to play baseball and just gave up a plethora of runs. But Texas Southern lost 17-4 to Jackson State, and currently, as it stands right now, FAMU is in the top of the second with 2 outs, no men on, 3-0 count coming in right now. So we'll see, but FAMU is up 3-0 right now. Oh, strike, 3-1. So yeah, FAMU currently up 3-0 on Southern right now in the SWAC baseball tournament. FAMU looking to go back to back right now. So we'll keep those updates coming throughout the show. Or if the game ends before we're done, then we'll have the final score posted, of course. But
yeah, just the dead season. It's pretty much the dead season for the major sports beside baseball and hockey. I mean, there's MLB going on, but the MLB doesn't get fun until July. I'm gonna be real.
I'm gonna say after the All-Star break. Is that when the All-Star break is?
Pretty sure All-Star break's in July.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But we got some playoff hockey that starts tonight as well that we're going to talk about.
Conference finals are yuck on the Eastern Conference side.
Honestly,
Western Conference should be a beatdown. I'm gonna be real. That 100% should be a beatdown on that side.
Yeah.
And the NBA Conference Finals, beat down on one side, competitive series on the other side, same as the NHL, pretty much.
Well, in basketball, it's always been tougher. More often.
Yeah, but there's a Mickey Mouse run going on the Eastern Conference side of the bracket for both teams, really.
I was saying in basketball or in hockey?
In basketball. Western Conference got the Mickey Mouse run on the Western Conference side. But we'll talk all about that in Hot Topics later on in the show. NFL's got OTAs starting up, so there's stuff going on. Some guys didn't show up. They looking for their paydays as they should be doing. So that's nothing out of the norm there. They should be getting paid anyway. We won't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
We got the guys signing their post-draft free agent soon. You'll see those contracts probably fly off the board in the next week or so.
Correct.
But otherwise, yeah, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. We're going to get this show on the road. Jay Peace might drop off after the intro, though, so he's going to leave me MU baseball, which might not be a good thing. But we'll get going.
You'll be fine. Right now, it's literally this inning's about to – the inning, we're in the bottom of the second now. FAMU's up to bat. Score's still 3-0. FAMU's bats are probably going to come alive here again, so it'll be fine. But, folks, don't go anywhere. Intro's next. We got a good one for you this evening. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is GP. This is The Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Jimi Hendrix.
And you're listening to
the Run and Gun Podcast.
All right. So, I'm debating if I should start with the FAMU baseball, since it's really both of us, so we should be talking about that. Or y'all want to talk about some guys. We got 6 players on the All-SWAC team. We'll talk about that later. So FAMU's coach, Jamie Shouppe, from on the baseball side, he got named SWAC Baseball Co-Coach of the Year. So he's splitting that award. But, what other FAMU baseball won last year, going to probably win again this year, hopefully. But yeah, it should be interesting to watch them make their run in the playoffs again. They're in right now, so I shouldn't expect too much difference in the next 10 minutes or so before JP pops back on because you got to take care of something. But yeah, we got Grambling, Alabama State's the other side of the bracket with Texas Southern versus Jackson State, and Bethune-Cookman and Prairie View as the other three matchups for the SWAC baseball tournament. If it was up to me, I'd predict that we get FAMU, Grambling, and Texas Southern, and no, Jackson State, my bad, and Prairie View. I don't take much stock into Bethune-Cookman sports. No offense to them, but like, you know.
All right, I'm back. That was the quickest submission ever.
Yay!
I mean,
now say what I think are going to be a game for the baseball tournament. So right now I got FAMU over Southern, Grambling over Alabama State, Jackson State over Texas Southern, and Prairie View over Bethune-Cookman.
Which is interesting. Well, Bethune won today, actually.
Oh.
Jackson State won today as well.
Okay, so I was 1-for-2, so whatever. I didn't know that game already started.
You're fine, dude. You're fine. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up these all-SWAC honors that FAMU had in baseball right now for us. Go ahead and share my screen so everybody can see. Which honestly is crazy. I thought some of these guys had already gone off to the MLB or to some farm leagues or something, but I'm happy to see that a lot of them are still around. So I don't know, can y'all see?
Yeah.
So right away, you got Adam Hadermata.
Hadermata, yeah.
Yeah, he got second team as a third baseman. You also have, I'm looking real closely because I'm sorry guys, I'm getting old. Ty Jackson, first team outfielder. Bastardo, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first name. Second team outfielder. True Fontaine, second team, second baseman. Caleb Granger.
He's related to the Falcons GM. You keep going. I'm going to check that guy.
Caleb Granger, first team pitcher. And then Brody Papel, second team as a catcher. Those are your 6 players that got SWAC honors, plus Jamie Shouppe, SWAC Co-Coach of the Year, which is interesting because it's like you don't really get co-coaches of the year too often. So that's intriguing to me. I feel like
no, not a son. It was just same last name and same similar first name. So I thought it would have been related, but they're not. Yeah. I don't know how many Fontanos are out there. It's not a common last name, so I was curious.
Yeah, it really isn't a last name. It's really not. So also,
anyways.
So yeah, I'm really curious to see how this SWAC tournament plays out. Honestly, I think you're gonna have FAMU and Bethune. I think the 2 Florida schools come down to it at the end in this baseball tournament because, quite frankly, I mean, A, this is the best state for baseball, and then B, I just don't think a lot of these other schools got it. I think Jackson State will be a close third. Or what may happen is, Jackson State and Bethune may just kill each other and knock each other out because, quite honestly, I think the SWAC West is very weak. And from what we've seen Prairie View get handled, and we've seen Texas Southern get handled. So the 2 of the top teams in the SWAC West have already been basically put in their place by Eastern teams, and both have been sent now to the losers bracket, which means if they lose again, they go home.
Yeah, that's true. I can see FAMU, but then Prairie View would win. But then again, I haven't learned my lesson with Prairie View, but who knows? Them and all always screw me when I pick them, but yeah.
And then here is the other thing too. I want to point this out. So I don't know. Oh, that's who did this. PV versus everybody. That's okay. This is the reason why. Okay. I see why this was made now. I'm going to share this now. I get why. I'm just going to show y'all this. You see this? Is it up?
It's loading.
Okay.
Now it's up.
Okay. So I don't know what the motivation was behind this in the middle of the off season, where you have new coaches already, but
They
you
just
have
want to have something to talk about.
yeah. This is the off season. This is talking season. I get it. This is what we want to do. This is fine. It's hard to judge right now because you just had a couple coaches leave plus one get fired. And so this is fine. That's okay. So right now, bias aside, no surprise here, Bubba McDowell's number 1. Eddie Robinson Jr. is number 2, which that's fair. This is where I kind of it loses me because TC Taylor, I don't think, is the 3rd best coach in this conference. I don't think Raymond Woody, who just had a very below 500 season, is the 4th best coach in this conference. I definitely don't. Mickey Joseph, Cedric Thomas, Terrence Graves, and then you have James Colsey. I don't think 5 through 7 are better coaches than Colsey.
I wonder if the reason why he's at 8 is because they haven't seen him coach yet, and they're just waiting to see what he does. Probably.
Yeah, we're gonna find out soon.
He'll be probably in top 5 by the end of week 1.
Yeah, I mean, now here's what's gonna happen. Yes, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Spoiler alert! Now, FAMU's gonna be under 500 coming out of week 2, or I think is it week 2 because I know they play Norfolk, then they play.
Yeah,
I think they. Oh my goodness, I'm losing track of it. Or they might be at 500 actually because I think it's
1-1.
No, because they play.
Oh, they play week 0.
They play week 0, but then they play
Norfolk State because that's me at SWAC, right?
Yeah, and then they play. Okay, here we go. So they'll be 2-2 by week 4 because they play Norfolk, then they play South Carolina State, then they play Miami and Troy, and I do not think they're beating Miami or Troy. Sorry.
No, they're not winning either. I said week 1. I didn't say week 2 or week 1.
Yeah. So
I pretend that Miami game doesn't happen yet.
I'm with you. I'm pretending the Troy game doesn't happen either. Honestly,
some fan U fans are gonna go ballistic and just talk stupidity, overreact to a loss against Miami and Troy. But pump the brakes, not the end of the world.
I mean, it's good to expect to win, but I'm also I look at it like this personally. If I were a betting man, where would I put my money? That's how that's how I a lot of times. But yeah, I think by the end of the season, I think Colsey rises up to number 3 on this list.
At least, yeah.
If Willie Simmons had come back, he would have been number 1 on this list easily.
Oh, obviously, easily. I mean, TC Taylor at 3 is just hilarious, but whatever.
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to say it like this. There's a lot of fan bases in this conference that talk a really good game, and
they just don't back it up.
At all, dude. And this is where it's like, oh, the 237 jokes are coming out this season and everything, and you better be ready. Winning cures a lot of that. I could care less about what somebody else's band has to say at halftime. I really could. So it doesn't matter to me. Let them say what they want to say. When you lose, it's like, okay, 237 that. Or when you lose 23-7 specifically, then let's see how funny it is.
Yeah. Pretty much how it rolls,
Yeah.
But with that, I mean, they got another guy from Ohio State, I believe, right? On the D line. Washington. Oh.
On the offensive.
When I saw the helmet, I know, but on the defensive line, I saw a guy. It looks like he got him from Ohio State. Not this guy. I know this one you had posted, but there was
Yeah.
one you had posted 2 days ago or so. I want to say it was an Ohio State transfer. I don't remember.
Nah, no Ohio State transfer, although that would be fantastic. But
I
nah,
might be
no.
going crazy. Who knows?
Nah, the most recent one, I think it's because his helmets, because Washington State's helmets are great, I think.
Oh, that would make more sense.
But
I
yeah,
would
I
have
think
sworn it was Ohio State. I might be going crazy. Who knows?
you might be. But yeah, this is the latest signing right here. This kid is a 3-star offensive lineman. The way he's jumping like that, like box jumping, got to be an offensive tackle. Got to be. Because, I mean, and again, it reminds me of Tristan Wirfs. I don't really see how that's – oh, wow, look at that. SWAC Pitcher of the Year. Left that one out. Caleb Granger. Congrats to him.
Shout out Caleb.
Which, honestly, he's on the mound right now for FAMU pitching in the top of the third. No outs, no men on, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, now 2 balls, and no strikes. So, yeah, I'm happy for the kid. It's a huge congrats. And then this also happened to you right here. Jalen Rodgers, who's also a 3-star wide receiver.
Tulane boy.
Tulane. Say again?
I said Tulane boy.
Yeah, from Miami, also committed to FAMU. I think late last night, like honestly, dude, the way they've just been reeling in guys, just one after the other, it just keeps on coming.
A sweet pot.
Yeah, honestly, and it's crazy how everybody was so worried. Literally 2 months ago,
not even 2 months ago, probably like 6 weeks at most. They was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna be so bad. We have nobody."
It wasn't within the fan base. It was more so on the outside saying that.
Well, yeah, like the media, like I know it's not like national media, but like the media that covers the SWAC mostly.
Yeah,
especially after the orange and green practice.
Oh yeah,
people who tuned into that, and then all of a sudden, FAMU just revamped that whole secondary and defensive line like that,
and the offensive line, which is crazy because I was like, I saw 2 of the guys that committed. I saw them out there taking photos, like recruiting photos and stuff, prior to the game because I was like I had just shown up and parked. And I saw like 2 players out there that were very large. Remember if I said it a couple weeks ago, large human beings that were not stretching, but taking recruiting photos. And I was like, we might be all right. We might be all right. So I'm not really so much worried, dude. I think this team is going to be fine. This team is building its interior. The trenches matter where they're mostly light at. They have linebackers now that are going to step in. They couldn't play in the spring, but I guarantee you they're probably participating in this offseason program, and it's going to go up from there. And I think this team has a very excellent shot of
stick with it.
Yeah, and they have an excellent shot of playing for another SWAC championship. A lot of people aren't going to like that on the outside looking in, but quite frankly, that's their fault. The toughest game, in my opinion, early in the season toughest 2 games, in my opinion, are, back-to-back weeks going from Montgomery to Jackson. Primarily Montgomery because the SWAC East could be won or lost there.
That's what week 5? Week 6.
So, let me bring it back up. That is by...
It's earlier on in the season, I believe, right?
It's October 5th. And then October 19th is in
week 6-ish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
Well, week 6.
Okay, that was 6. Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's and then they have a bye week, then they go to Jackson. So
that's not that bad then, because you got to, even if you lose that game, get your bearings back and beat the
week 5, my bad.
Jackson State. Okay, so I was right the first time. Yay!
It is game 6, though.
Game 6, week 5. I wasn't that far off. Let's go. My
Well,
brain's not completely cooked then, I guess.
I was like, you just graduated from undergrad. You've been just chilling, dude. Your brain should be fresh.
No, man, I'm studying insurance now. We're going from one thing to the next.
So we're going to grad school here.
No, I said insurance, not grad school. Not right now, at least. But we'll get into that stuff later. Anyways, all right, on to the NFL, I believe.
Yeah.
Got anything left?
Over.
I think we got everything. Yeah, we got everything.
We can go and switch it on over. Where's it at?
So guys missing OTAs as OTAs are beginning. Guys who haven't reported are Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, Tristan Wirfs, CeeDee Lamb, and is there anybody else I'm missing?
That's all I knew from the top of my head.
Did Jamar show up or no? I don't know if Bengals OTAs have started yet though.
I do honestly. I
doubt Jamar will show up because Jamar's deal should be up this year, I believe.
I saw something where Justin Jefferson was spotted in New York with the Jets, or like he visited or something.
That ain't happening, so they can get out of that. New York tries to get everybody in every sport. Like the media in New York just tries to say they're going to get everybody for every New York team. Whether it's the Knicks, the Jets, the Rangers, it's all the same. Anyways, so yeah, all four of those guys who I've said already didn't report to OTA seeking their paydays. Anyway, all four of those guys 100% deserve a contract that they're getting when they get it. So it's not too much worries on that. I will say though, when this is the 20. Actually, Jamar Chase might not be till next year for contract extension, because he was the 2021 class, and Jefferson was 2020. So Jamar might not be until next year. That's why we haven't heard anything on that. Anyway, so the 2020 guys are up for contract extensions. We already know Herbert got paid, Burrow got paid. Tua's looking for his deal. Now, if we're going to talk about Tua for a second, people are saying, oh, if the Dolphins don't pay him, he'll go somewhere else and take a big payday. Nobody's going to pay Tua a bunch of money with the injury history he has without a playoff win.
I would agree. I would 100% agree. That's why I was like, I could see him under the franchise tag. To me, I feel like with Tua, it's like you got to get through a couple seasons healthy. And then, he
was healthy last year, so it wasn't too bad. He just got to get another one.
As I said, a couple seasons.
Yeah, he needs a couple. He can't just have one, especially with that concussion problem he had.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And for me, he's got to win a playoff game, man. He's got to win a playoff game.
No, we'll be fair to him. He got set up on that one last year. Or
he did.
This year, I guess, technically, he got kind of screwed on that, but that's his fault for not beating the Bills.
Exactly. And that's where I'm going. Because it's like you had Buffalo at home late in the season.
You had him in the ropes.
Exactly. On primetime television, you have to win that. You have to win that. That would have been Miami's first
home playoff game in the century?
First home playoff game. Yeah, probably in the century. No, they won the division. They won the division in 2008 because the Patriots didn't win it. Because Tom
that was a Brady ACL.
Yeah. So it would have been.
That was before the Sanchez era.
Yeah. I think Sanchez was like
10?
09?
2010.
I think it was like 2010 because Brett Favre was 09, I think.
Yeah. Favre was 09. Sanchez showed up in 2010. And Sanchez was 09, 2010. Favre was 08, 09.
Yeah. Which is crazy now that I think back to it. Like, why would Brett Favre have gone to New York knowing Brady was in that division and you had to see him twice a year? You ever think about that? Why would you in that division?
That was after Minnesota, right? He won Minnesota first and then New York, or New York then Minnesota?
He went to
Minnesota then New York.
Yeah, because he said he wanted
to.
He
played the Saints in the NFC Championship game in 09 or 010 or whatever year it was. The Saints won.
It was 09 because he said that he wanted to play anybody that played the Packers twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wanted to go back.
And then he went New York, and then I want to say Sanchez beat Manning in the AFC Championship, not AFC Champion, in the divisional, and he lost to Brady in the championship
Yeah. Yep.
with the butt fumble.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Honestly, but
And we're
looking at these OTA like unreporting, these people that
on a
unreport.
little Jets talk.
I look at Tristan Wirfs, and I think he saw what Antoine Winfield got, and was like, "All right, Jason, like I need you to forward me my money." And then it's also like, because he's one of the best players, if not the best player at his position. Ayuk missing, he realizes his role on that team, and he knows what he's worth, and he knows if he doesn't get it in San Francisco,
somebody's gonna give him it.
Oh, 100%. Because if I'm him, I'm looking to get paid somewhere else because he realizes the type of separation he can create, the type of mismatches he can create, and while also it is beneficial that he has Deebo Samuel because
Deebo can't even get separation. That's why he was playing running back.
But here's the thing: you gotta look at it like this: how much attention does Deebo acquire to help Ayuk get open?
McCaffrey gets more attention now.
Him too. So, but I think about it too, like if you put Ayuk on any other team
with the number one pure attention,
yeah,
I think he would be fine, but he won't be as good. Because that's like with anybody, unless you're like Randy Moss. I mean, that happens to anybody.
Randy Moss on the Titans. I'm just saying. All right. Aaron Rodgers also stated that he's embracing the pressure of this do or die season this year in the NFL.
Wait. We have NBA. All NBA teams are announced.
We'll save it for hot topics.
But I got to see if Paulo made it. Give me a second. You keep talking.
Oh my goodness.
Priorities.
Oh, another strikeout by the SWAC pitcher of the year. So 1 out, top of the 4th for FAMU. FAMU still up 3-1.
Bruh.
But that being said, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, the worst thing that could happen is this man blowing out his Achilles again on Monday Night Football, week 1 this year for the second straight year. It's like you gotta, if anything, you gotta be in the thick of the playoff race. You have to be one of those teams that I think can take control of the AFC East. I almost said North. AFC East away from Buffalo and getting contention there with Miami. So, something's got to give this year. Also, shout out to Marcus Riley. I know he's going to be one of Aaron Rodgers' targets on that team this year. But, Aaron Rodgers has to be consistent this year and be healthy. That ACL can't give. And I don't think that it's time now for Jordan Travis to step into a starting role so soon. I think he needs some time to get more acclimated to his environment. Plus, I feel like he needs another year to let his leg heal properly versus him in right away. So, yeah, for Aaron Rodgers, this is do or die. Because at this point, it's like, if something like this happens,
better retire if it don't work.
I was going to say, well, yeah. I was going to be more generous, but yeah. Ooh, another strikeout. It was a full count, and they got him.
How the hell did Wembanyama get more All-NBA votes than Paulo? That's insane, bruh.
I mean, it's because he was a league phenom when he came in.
So 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in the playoffs as a 5th seed in his second year. I mean,
I'm just saying. The hype.
Only averaged 2 more points. Yeah, hype. Yeah, we know media hates Paulo. I'll have a whole rant on that in hot topics. Anyways, Aaron Rodgers, buddy, if you don't make the playoffs this year, you better pack your bags and head over to California and retire, man. I ain't saying that twice.
Honestly, I'm like, why did he? I get why he chose the Jets, but like, he could have done better. I guess it's because he feels like it's an easy division to win too. But man, yeah, nah, he's got to make some noise, dude. They've been gifted so many primetime games and stuff too. Like, you got to make some noise, dude. Because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. If this season goes off the rail for the Jets, they're gonna get flexed out.
No, yeah.
They're going to get flexed
I
out.
mean, it will go down to Tyrod Taylor to carry New York to the playoffs. Yeah, that's
not even. Do they even have Tyrod? I know they got Jordan Travis.
Yeah, we talked about this last week and we went and checked.
Oh snap! We did. Okay, my bad. I'm getting old. A lot of priorities.
Nah, man, but like, you got Garrett Wilson, you got Brees Hall. That's two elite young players at key positions on offense. You got Lazard, you got Mike Williams, you got Malachi Corley, who should be pretty good as a rookie. You got a squad in the position group. Your defense is still legit. I know you lost Whitehead and what's his name? God, I forget his name. DJ Reed. He left too, I believe.
Yeah.
However, it's still a really good defense. You still got solid pieces at all positions at safety, corner, D-line. D-line's still good. And if New York doesn't make the playoffs, still got to go. Rodgers got to retire. And just got to restart it all. Not restart it, but, got to start back looking for got to get the two key positions back on their lock and key.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because they have a makeshift O-line right now. You got to fix that O-line for a long-term solution. Because Mekhi Becton flopped. He's gone. I believe he's in Philadelphia now, even though that was blatant tampering. All you got really, they signed Tyrone Smith, but he's never healthy. So the Jets pretty much come down to, are the injury gods going to save them? And they also play in MetLife Field, so put one together, make two. Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, MetLife is grass now, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, they already swapped it for the World Cup? No, World Cup. Yeah, for the World Cup. Is it World Cup or the Olympics? They're switching it for. I think it's for the World Cup. They're switching it for.
Because the Olympics is in Paris.
No, the Olympics this year is in Paris, but next time it's in America, I think.
Yeah, 2028 it'll be. I thought it was going to be in Los Angeles.
LA, yeah. Well, they say LA, but it's I thought they're going to do it all over the U.S.
I mean, they usually.
I think the World Cup is the one all over the U.S.
Yeah, World Cup is all over the U.S. But when they do the Olympics, that's in one particular city. Which, speaking of the Olympics, since we're in the NFL, I feel bad for the other countries when they go up against the best in the NFL.
Oh, the flag football team thing.
Dude, that ain't going to be fair. Because I already feel like Mahomes is going to play. I feel like Mahomes is going to play, and that's all we need to know right there. And then we've already seen footage of Jalen Ramsey basically cooking a Brazilian soccer player at the line. So I'm just like, yeah, this may not even be fair. Team USA by 60. I'm calling it now. This will be a laughing stock.
What would be interesting, right, is if you see some guys. So there's only X amount of spots on the American flag football team. I wonder if they go try getting dual citizenship with other countries if their parents are from outside the U.S. And they go team up on other teams to just go to the Olympics and see what they could do. And potentially some country probably pull enough guys and make it somewhat competitive. Hopefully. I wouldn't say they win. I just say competitive to make it fun to watch. Because nobody's gonna want to watch a blowout.
No, I'll watch a blowout because I mean honestly,
just see people dancing into the end zone every two plays.
Yeah, dude. Play. Honestly, if we're being honest, basketball for the most part is already a blowout. Women's gymnastics for the most part is already a blowout.
The U.S. doesn't even win the Olympics their FIBA team sucked last year in the World Cup. They got beat up by Germany for crying out loud. Germany does generally have a solid Olympic team. Spain used to have one with Paul Gasol. Australia sometimes put out a decent one. But the only reason why they compete better than the U.S. is because the U.S. puts a bunch of ISO players together and hope it works. And Steve Kerr is a basketball terrorist when it comes to World Cup basketball or like international basketball. So, because FIBA is all different and stuff. So,
yeah. Which also it's funny you mentioned Australia. So the NFL is exploring Australia as a destination for one of its next international games. As you know, they are already in Brazil because the Packers play the Eagles there, I believe.
The push in Brazil.
And then you have the game in London. You have the game in Munich, Germany. And then now you may have a game take place in Australia. So in the Outback, you may just have a football game get played on a random Sunday. I don't even know what it would be, a Sunday night, Sunday morning, or a Monday night. Which honestly, I'd be kind of nervous about staying in a hotel in Australia because the wildlife in Australia is pretty like intimidating. Just to see.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I wouldn't want to go to Australia. I feel like some spots in Australia is pretty good, but like, man, I just see those like spiders be like this big and stuff. I'm like, nah, I don't know about that. I don't know about going to Australia like that, bro.
I mean, it's good. It's good for the Australian like audience to see an NFL game, and I like what the NFL is doing. The NFL is trying to do what basketball did back in the '90s with being more of an international presence to kind of expand its approach. And I think that's what's made the NBA more like international now. I don't know if that'll work.
It's all fun and games until you got guys spawning from the middle of nowhere, taking over your league, like how Jokic did it, and now Luka's doing it.
Yeah, but honestly, dude, the more I look at it, the homegrown talent in the United States, especially like in the southeastern region of this country, especially from like Miami up to Georgia,
that
like, and even in Texas, that produces NFL talent.
It's gonna take it'll be like 20 years before that even happens. Like what anybody coming out from outside the U.S. to take over.
I don't even, and honestly, if it does, it's not going to be in a huge way.
No, it'll be like a quarterback or something, like one player, not a team, not like a multiple player. It'll be like one or two guys who show up.
I feel like it'll probably be like just a lineman, not even a quarterback.
Oh no, it'll be. I believe in the next 20 years, you'll see a guy. He'll come from like Europe or somewhere. He'll like attend a Power 5 school.
Oh, you say Big 10.
Take it over. Big 10, Power 5. I was about to say Big 10. Power 5, Big 10. One of the big schools that will show up there. They're gonna take it over. They'll go first round, and it'll just go like that.
Sounds about right. It's not that one. And with that,
hold on, let me check. What was I gonna look up and I forgot? Anyways, move on to the next.
All right.
We're gonna talk about this NIL thing with what Florida did.
Yeah, so basically Florida and Georgia are in court against one another. Ironically, Jaden Rashada is suing head coach Billy Napier. Ace, tell us about it.
Alrighty then, ladies and gents, we're going to talk about how University of Florida is still one of the worst schools in Florida.
It's funny because this makes for really good television when the two meet in Jacksonville.
Who?
When Florida and Georgia meet in Jacksonville. That's what makes this even more intriguing.
Man, Georgia's going to beat the shit out of them. Nobody worried about that game. Florida doing all this still to lose to Jacksonville and Florida State. It don't matter. Anyways, now, so University of Florida went and they brought in Cormani McClain, as everybody knows. Now, the fun part is they already used up all 90 of their scholarships on their team. So they did something else. And I feel like we are one of the few podcasts who actually talk a lot about transfer portal and NIL affecting college football or college sports in general. And I feel like with McClain, bro, it's like, oh God, this is another negative side effect of the transfer portal and the NIL.
Yeah.
Florida went and gave Cormani McClain. They didn't give him a scholarship. They told him, all right, you're going to attend the school as a walk-on regular player. Except his NIL money is all more than, I believe, double than the amount that normal Florida tuition is for a normal student. So
Mhm.
he is basically he's using NIL money to pay for his tuition, and that just means if a school's big enough and has a big enough NIL budget, they can basically have as many scholarship worthy players on their team as walk-ons.
Dirty game.
Right.
It's
And who's ready for University of Georgia to have 30 or 40 5-star players just show up, and they're all like 20 of them are on the on walk-ons.
honestly, dude, if you look at it now, like this is because it's funny. I saw somewhere the SEC had their like post-spring transfer portal signees rankings, and Georgia and Texas were neck and neck. They were neck and neck, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that might be your SEC championship."
Texas, Georgia? I can see it.
Yeah, I can too. That if they can hold off, if both of those two schools can hold off Alabama and LSU, there is no reason why Georgia and Texas can't play in the SEC championship in Atlanta. And both of those
Georgia got to handle their business.
They do, and I think they will. Honestly, it's doable with their schedule. They have a trip to Tuscaloosa planned out, and they also have to play Oklahoma this year. But I think
nobody's worried really about Oklahoma. I'm not going to sound too mean on that, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oklahoma in 2024 is not the Oklahoma of 2019, 2018.
That part.
And hell, those teams kept getting blown out once they played an SEC team. So who the hell cares?
Blown out physical. So we're gonna see what Oklahoma brings. Like I'm more
the absolute beat down Joe Burrow put on Oklahoma.
Yeah. I feel like honestly, Texas is coming in to be more prepared than
Texas 100% more prepared than Oklahoma.
Now, does that mean Texas will beat Oklahoma when they play in the Cotton Bowl? No. Because honestly, I can honestly tell you, like the last couple of years when Oklahoma's won, we've all said it, Texas had the better team. And Texas still went in there and did something stupid and lost. Like this past year. Texas had the better team and still lost.
No, that was their fault. They should have given Adonai Mitchell the ball more, but they didn't. Who knows what they're doing.
But yeah, honestly, this is crazy though, like how this is structured out to where now Cormani McLean.
It's the lack of structure now, I guess you should say, not the structure.
Dude, and it's like someone said, this opens up Pandora's box within the portal with college sports now. Because now this isn't just going to be a college football problem. This is going to be a college basketball thing. This is going to affect baseball. This is going to affect softball. Because now it's like, okay, Oklahoma's got one of the top.
There's no scholarship limits now.
Yeah. And like I was saying, dude.
For any sport.
Oklahoma's got one of the top softball programs in the country. What's stopping Oklahoma from using NIL money and bringing in all the top prospects that they can as preferred walk-ons where their NILs are covered to help their schooling, and Oklahoma can go on a tear now in softball. I'm using softball because A, this is hot topics, and B, I'm just using that as, to put things in perspective. Like, that's where this is going. Like, who just won the NCAA tournament? What was it? It wasn't NC State, was it?
No, it was Purdue.
No, it wasn't Purdue. They got beat.
No, it wasn't Purdue. No, not Purdue. The Edie's team won it. Are you sure it wasn't Purdue?
I'm positive. They got beat in the championship.
Edie lost?
Yeah.
No, UConn won back-to-back. We're idiots.
Yeah, UConn, dude, what's stopping UConn's
Are we a bunch of idiots? Yeah, we're a bunch of idiots. I forgot about that. UConn, I'm so sorry, UConn fans. Yeah, but y'all not memorable. I'm gonna be
honestly, look, hey, it's okay. I mean, UConn women is more popular than UConn men. Way more.
And UConn women don't even win didn't win this year, and I still remember that team more than I remember UConn men's.
Oh. And we have a home
We're
run
update.
for Southern.
Ew, it's 3-2 now.
Yep. I think it was a 1-run shot. So FAMU is up by 1 run, 3-2 over Southern. Or no, FAMU's up 4-2.
4-2, you're slacking.
I know. Shame on me. Pity. But yeah, FAMU 4, Southern 2. Top of the 5th, no outs. New batter comes to the plate. This actually is taking place on Georgia Tech's facilities. Light tap second base, routine play to first, and we have the first out of the inning. Okay. I know. I should. Jeez.
All right, let's talk about these conference sports, or you want to talk all NBA first? And that BS.
I mean, we can talk about Celtics and the Pacers last night. I was very impressed with what I saw last night. I'm going to basketball a chance now.
This is what the Indiana Pacers did in overtime.
Not the
Remember Reggie Miller?
Not the Reggie Miller. But they did. They did. Honestly, they had their chances to put that game away, and they didn't. And
Bruh, people are trying to say Halliburton better than That's not even bias on. That's like just Halliburton. Halliburton ain't a 1.
When I saw them let that game go to overtime, I was like, Celtics
it was cooked.
Yeah.
So Celtics winning this series in 5. Porzingis back game 4. They're wrapping it up in 5.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
That was their best chance to steal a game this year, bro. Wrap it up. Wrap it up on that one. Now, watch I say that and watch Indiana make it a 7-game series and make me look stupid. But then again, I seriously doubt it.
Now, on the other side, my man Anthony Edwards, boy, knows he's going to be guarding Kyrie. He said it in the interview. He's like, I got Kyrie.
Well, yeah, nobody wants to match up with Luka because you're going to be in foul trouble the whole game.
Someone's going to have to.
Yeah, they'll give him to Nikhil Alexander-Walker probably or Jaden McDaniels. Now, I want to see, you know what I really want to see? Okay, let me say this. Denver lost because they couldn't rebound the ball or hit shots in the second half, but mainly because Aaron Gordon got absolutely punked on the boards by Naz Reid. That is the main reason why Denver lost in Game 7, right? Okay. Now, the main reason why OKC lost to Dallas is because Derek Lively absolutely pulled down Chet Holmgren's pants and raw dogged him, pretty much.
Oh, my God.
I'm saying it straight, bro. Bro, Derek Lively absolutely destroyed Chet Holmgren on the board. Chet Holmgren is a 7-foot, who knows what, unicorn that they like to hype up, and the media derides the whole time, right? Chet Holmgren had 3 rebounds in the entire Game 6. Derek Lively, on the other hand, had 15, I want to say. I'm double-check myself. Fact check my own stuff here before I continue on with my rant.
Wait a minute.
All right, Dallas.
How is
NBA.
the SWAC Co-Coach of the Year from Texas Southern, Marcus Robertson, I think that's his name was, and he got routed 17-4.
Anyways, Derek Lively in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, right? He had 15 rebounds. And Chet Holmgren, on the other hand, had 3 rebounds. Jalen Williams led the way with 9 rebounds for the entire team. Combined as a team, they had, 9 rebounds off the bench. And 12 rebounds as the rest of the starters beside Jalen Williams. So Derek Lively out-rebound 4 of the 5 starters combined for Oklahoma City. I really want to see how Derek Lively handles himself against Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns and Naz Reid, because that is going to determine the series more so than Kyrie and Luka going blow to blow with Cat and Ant. And Kyrie does, but I'll say this though. Kyrie needs to get his act together. Kyrie been trash. Well, not trash, but he's been mid. Just level sit, and Kyrie's more mid right now because he was not that great in Oklahoma City. When in that series, he was He was rough, man.
Let's
He,
actually the stats.
Hmm?
I said let's actually pull up the stats from that series.
for Kyrie.
Yeah.
Exclude free throws. You got to look at field goal percentage and points total. Like, it is rough for Kyrie. For the Kyrie that we know, like, that's not Kyrie.
So when did that series start? That was game 2.
He had
Tuesday.
one good game, I think.
So game 1, they lost 95 to 117. The box score stated Kyrie Irving 37 or 7 of 14 field goals, 3 or 4 of 3 points, 3-pointers, 20 points, 3 assists. We fast forward to game 2.
He was good in that game.
Game 2?
Yeah, I think game 2 he was good in.
2 of 8 from the field goal.
Oh,
3
game 3 it is.
3-point percentage, 9 points, 11 assists.
So it's game 3.
And then we fast forward to Saturday, I take it. Mavs won 105 to 101.
Yeah,
in
that's
the game. Kyrie Irving, 10 of 17 field goals, 2 for 6 3-pointers, 22 points. Honestly, it sounded like game 2 was his worst game.
Game 2 was his worst. Game 3 was his best. 22 points was his best game of the series.
Fast forwarding to game 4 now. He was 4 of 11 in field goal percentage, 0 for 2 in 3-pointers, 9 points in that game with 9 assists and 1 rebound.
Yeah, that's not good.
And then we come to game 5 where Dallas was up 3-2 after winning this one. And looking at it again, he was 5 of 11 from field goal percentage, 12 points, 2 for 2 in 3-pointers. I'm surprised he's only shooting 2 threes.
Yeah, it's like he's not shooting it a whole lot, which is the part where I call it a mid for it. It's like the Kyrie we know, that is not the Kyrie we know. Kyrie hasn't been aggressive. He needs to be aggressive for Dallas to beat Minnesota. It can't be the Luka show.
Yeah, like that's to me. It's just I anticipated because you never really catch it when you're watching it sometimes, but like when you go back and look at like the stats and stuff, you're like, Jesus,
man only took like that many shots. You need to be taking some more shots.
Yeah, because I'm thinking to myself like, dude, like shoot or shoot. You are a star player on this team. They brought you here for a reason, and it's more reasons than to just draw attention away from the opposition to help Luka. Like you have to prove that you're a threat too. You're only shooting 2 3-pointers, 2 or 3 3-pointers? Like what? Come on. That's crazy, man. But on the hockey side, you got the Florida Panthers and the Rangers. I know you guys have a thing where it's a Mickey Mouse situation.
No, that's not the Mickey Mouse situation. The Mickey Mouse situation is the Indiana Pacers and the Edmonton Oilers. Those are the 2 Mickey Mouses.
Mm.
Well, and the Celtics too. The Celtics are on a Mickey Mouse run too because like they beat who the hell they beat in the first round? I forgot already. It was so unmemorable. The Heat. They beat the Heat without Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Then you go and you beat the Heat, the Cavs without Donovan Mitchell pretty much half the series. And you probably shouldn't even be playing the Cavs because Franz Wagner forgot how to play basketball and became prime Mario Hezonja and absolutely shit the bed in Game 7. And the Magic matched up way better than the Cavs for the Celtics. But then, even on the Cavs side, Donovan Mitchell was hurt. Jared Allen didn't even play the series. So yeah, that'd Mickey Mouse run. Then you got the Pacers, who got away from the Bucks who didn't even have Giannis in that whole series, and all those games were close. Like you give them Giannis. Milwaukee, as bad as Doc Rivers was, Milwaukee's still winning that series. Then you got the Knicks. Anunoby was hurt. Josh Hart was hurt. Julius Randle was hurt. Jalen Brunson was healthy, so I'm not really worried about the Brunson injury. Mitchell Robinson was hurt. Like half of New York's team, like the big dogs, they were hurt. DiVincenzo was a solid surprise, but like can't say really thing when I know health is a big part of it, but like Indiana's relatively healthy compared to teams they played to. So that's the Mickey Mouse run on that side. And in hockey, you got Edmonton, who's played the LA Kings, who barely got in. Then they played the Vancouver Canucks, who were through, I believe, 4 goalies or 3 goalies. And their best offensive player had blood clots and missed Game 7. So, yeah. The Dallas Stars, who they playing against, beat the last 2 Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah, so they beat the
That is
Avs.
going to be and the Golden Knights.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, dude. Honestly,
Yeah, that should be a beatdown. That series should 100% be a beatdown.
I think this is the year that honestly Dallas may finally get one because
I think Dallas won in it.
COVID year, Dallas ran into the Lightning, and then 2021, I don't even know where Dallas was. And
They
then
lost to Vegas in 23. Actually, I think they lost to Vegas. Like, they missed the playoffs one of the years. Then they ran into Vegas. And I think they beat Seattle. Did they lose to Seattle? I think they beat Seattle in 7.
Wow, he stole second.
And then
he stole second, and the throw was early. No, I said, fam, you just stole second, and the throw was early. This is crazy. Good lead. Got the throw off. It just was off the mark. And he beat the – wow. Yeah, see, if that throw had been on target by Southern, then it would have been an out. But, yeah, Buddy definitely beat that throw. Buddy definitely beat the throw.
All right, so they lost to the Flames in 20 – so they lost to the Lightning in the Stanley Cup. Then they missed the playoffs because half the team was still hurt from the COVID run. And that was the COVID shortened season, so half the guys who had major surgeries missed the whole year. So they missed the playoffs. Then 22, they lost in 7 to the Flames, while the Flames were still good. And then last year, they lost to Golden Knights in the conference finals.
Yeah, see, this has to be there.
This is the year. It's either that or the Mickey Mouse run that the NHL refs are giving the Florida Panthers continues. I made a tweet on it. It was like, you know how the NFL doesn't know what a catch is when it goes to the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, the NHL doesn't know what a goalie interference is in the same type of situation. Like, the rule is so vague that if the refs have money on it, like, even the commentators and the analysts all say, like, bruh, check that man FanDuel account or something.
Yeah.
Because, like, those calls that they're making or lack thereof of calling goalie interference, yeah, it is bad. I mean, Florida basically beat the Lightning off of goalie interference. They stole 2 games from the Bruins off of goalie interference. So, like, I hope New York beats the absolute living crap out of Florida. Never thought I'd say that.
I honestly could see Florida getting through.
Yeah, the refs are going to get them through it. I wouldn't be shocked. I think that's what I told you. I said, I hope it's Rangers in 5. It will be Florida in 6, probably.
All right, so now that we're through that,
what side thing you want to talk about tonight?
I was gonna say what movie. I had a movie picked out that we were gonna discuss tonight because we already talked about Indiana Jones. We already talked about Cars. This is
talk about Deadpool 3.
I was gonna wait till it came out, but I was gonna also.
Oh, you want to talk about College Football 25 then, and then we'll talk about a movie. Oh, if you're on Instagram, head over to YouTube. We're gonna talk about fun stuff.
But I was gonna say I already had a movie picked out because I watched it yesterday. Bam.
The original or the one with Chris Pratt? The original?
Original.
Damn, I haven't seen that in like almost a decade. Oh, I gotta think about it. Give me a second.
Crazy thing is, it had Samuel Jackson in it. What's wild is, did you know Samuel Jackson's death scene was supposed to be put into the film, but because there was a tropical storm or like hurricane that hit the island in real life, he couldn't get back to the island to record his scene. So they just had the arm.
That's how he survived?
No. He died. Don't remember the arm that fell on Ellie in the
Mm-hmm.
So like that was like just saying like, oh, he died. They ate him, and then that was it.
Oh, he died off screen.
Yeah, he died off screen. Like when he said, "Give me a couple minutes, I can have the power back on in the entire park." when he went to the
Mhm.
maintenance shed to go cut the power back on, the Raptors had been hunting him because the power had gone off.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So when he went in there, they followed him in there and they ate him.
Better than the Toronto Raptors in primetime.
Oh my
Sorry. Had to
Um,
throw that stray out there because you mentioned Raptors and we had to relate it to sports somehow.
well, and that was a good analogy. That was a good analogy. But yeah, so I was like, man, that's crazy. And then it's like, I don't know if you remember like the kitchen scene where the raptor kicks the door open. There's an arm that's holding the tail in place, which I don't know why. Go back and look at
Wait,
it.
so like you meant like they didn't fix the VFX on it or something?
Like, I don't know. It's one of those casualties that they just left in the film that they hope nobody noticed it like when it first came out, I'm sure. But like now it's like, damn, all these years later, we noticed it. Plus, it's like you think about like if you're sciencey like me, it's like you think about like, oh, it would take 2 years to decode this much information and stuff. Yeah, I think in today's technology, fast forward from 1993, like
Probably take like 10 minutes.
yeah, you probably would take 10 minutes to decode all this stuff. And Southern gets out of another inning, into the bottom of the fifth, headed to the sixth. But yeah, overall, first Jurassic Park movie, good movie.
That's generally most series. So the first movie, good. Second movie, like
I like The Lost World though.
yeah. Okay, that's like one. Okay, now
I like The Lost World. I like Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3 had some
Jurassic Park's one of the few that survived all three. There's not many movies that survive all three.
Oh, dude, yeah, honestly, dude, like something told me Jurassic Park was a good movie when I just looked at it, and I like because when I wasn't supposed to watch that type of stuff when I was like 3 years old, but like I remember specifically just picking up the tape, and I was like, I want to watch this, and it wasn't scary.
We're rebels as kids. When somebody tells you not to watch it, you become immediate fans of it when you grow up.
Yeah, like dude, I thought to myself, like, everybody was like, oh, this movie's going to scare him. That movie did not scare me. I thought that movie was the coolest thing in the world. If anything, what scared me was like Jeepers Creepers or something like that. But not Jurassic Park.
All right. Before we wrap it up, we gotta talk about that college football trailer.
Oh, yes, please.
People are some people is upset about it, saying, "Oh, it's just a reskin of Madden."
Heck no. They said it was going to be faster.
No, it's not. It looks cleaner than Madden. That's first off. The features of the game are way different. Like the build your team kind of stuff. That's way different. You got all the NIL stuff in it. That stuff is gonna be so. I can't wait for it, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where they were talking about it. Let me see. I know I sent it in one of these group chats.
Man, the comment section was dry as hell today. Oh wow.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Oh, wait, here we go. Let me go to this. Because I know ESPN College Football mentioned it. So, did they? No, they didn't. I thought they would have. Oh, let me see. I think TND Takeover mentioned it. Okay, so where are we at? College football will not have mascot mashup. So mascot mashup, which was not popular to begin with amongst fans, will not be included.
No, I actually had fun with that. What you guys mean? You didn't like that? Me and college NCAA 09, bro. Yeah. Which is one with Sparty on it?
I was say you actually enjoyed that,
Bro, I found that as a kid, I found that actually hilarious as hell. I was always Sparty anyways. It didn't matter.
Wow. Okay.
I was a little kid. Give me a break, bro. You might have not liked it. I thought it was hilarious.
The gameplay.
That's the one where like the mascots play each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. I had so much fun with that as a kid. Bro, you're not gonna make me go play that tonight. I'll literally legit. I will go load it up in the Wii that I have still. That will work. I will legit go load that game up and I'll take a photo of it and post it if y'all want.
And you're gonna play with who? Puddles from Oregon?
Nah, I'll probably play with Sparty again. Or I'll play with Rocky.
You are
if he's in it. I don't even remember if he's in it. I gotta go check.
Oh goodness. So they also said no cross-play for online Dynasty. There will be way more equipment than Madden. So like you'll have sleeves, you'll have better helmets, turf tape. You'll have like the face masks underneath the helmets, visors, no ESPN license or scoreboard, and no college game day. There will be custom playbooks, which has always been in NCAA. And then helmets may get knocked off finally for the first time since like NCAA and Madden 05, which is good. 5-star players will also feel completely different than 2-star players.
Yep. Peak. Gotta recreate it. Peak gaming. That'll be the thumbnail.
I'm looking forward to it personally. I am. I'm looking forward to.
That's coming out a week at a birthday or Friday before my birthday. Yeah.
Dude, I'm going off. Aside from this, I'm going off the grid, dude. I told people, I was like, you may not hear from me ever again for a while. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to kickstarting my new dynasty, my reign over college football with an iron fist under Mike Norvell in Florida State on one saved document. And I'm also looking forward to kickstarting a dynasty in a 12-team expanded playoff era with FAMU and importing SWAC teams.
Now, what they should have done is if they could have brought in like historical teams where to take the best players from every college and put them on like a all-time team for every college.
Yeah, they used to do that.
That would have been insane. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like if they could have brought that back, and that would have been insane.
They used to have they used to do that with like Miami. They had that with Miami. It was crazy. Like I used to play against the oldest team in NCAA. I played against the 1934 Minnesota Golden Gophers, which I think apparently was like a really talented team, and I beat them by like 70, give or take. But they had like leather helmets.
That would be so much fun, man. Yeah, EA. Hopefully for college football 26, if there is one, hopefully there is. Like they can bring that into
fruition for you.
Yeah, I would be like curious. I might make a tweet on that. Like if you put every team, like historical team out there, who would win?
So you definitely they'd have to update that too because there's so many.
Not like historical teams though, like all-time teams. You know, like how 2K they have like all-time teams or whatever.
Yeah, and I think that they will because like you think about it, it's like you got to put together an all-time Florida State team, an all-time Florida team, an all-time Miami team. You have to put those together. You got to put together like an all-time Texas team, an all-time
Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan. Oh,
yeah.
Like for Michigan, like it would be fun if they gave Tom Brady a 99. Even though he wasn't a 99 at Michigan.
That would be funny because I was like, dude, he was
like if they do an all-time team, but they give him like how would their careers also progress? Like if they were like okay in college, but they were elite superstars in the NFL, all-time greats in the NFL, you take the all-time great version and put them in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be hilarious.
Oh, we got another error by FAMU. Bases are loaded, I think.
FAMU's choking.
Top of the 6th, no outs. Ooh, this does not look good. First pitch is fouled. But yeah, no, I agree. There's so much that you can do with it. I'm just curious and anxious and ready to see like the stadiums, the different bowl games. I feel like what they should also do, and I know this is a stretch. This is just us being like fans of the game and college football fans. Add in the old historical stadiums. So put in the Orange Bowl. Put in the old Orange Bowl. Make things right that wrong. I think that what's another one you got to put in? Sheesh. There's a couple of them out there. But I definitely think you got to put the old Orange Bowl in one of these games. You 100% do.
Got to bring in the Orange Bowl. Like if they could revamp the Rose Bowl too, the Coliseum or whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be revamped.
Rose Bowl and Coliseum, like, that would be good too. All right. We have anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. So 2 weeks ago was Cars. Last week was Star Wars. This week is Jurassic Park. Who knows what next week will be?
I know, really.
It depends. We'll find some. We'll probably talk about like I don't know.
You know, we talked about
like Monsters Inc. or something.
We talked about Indiana Jones.
No, we didn't.
We didn't.
No, we said you were gonna do it this week and we forgot, and you ended up doing Jurassic Park.
Oh well, okay. Next week for sure, Indiana Jones. But which one, I don't know. So that's the beauty of coming back next week, people.
All right, guys. Thanks for another episode of the Running Gun Podcast. I know comment section was dry, but it's all good. Y'all showed up and watched. So that's all fun and games. We're going to be having fun, like always. From the NFL, college football. But, there's always stuff going on. There will always be news going on. We're going to talk whatever thoughts we have on it. And cover things other people don't really cover. So, be a friend, tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe. GP, anything else? Wrap it up.
No, FAMU, top of the sixth, 1 out, looking to get out of this inning. Hopefully they can turn 2 and get away from it. Bases are still loaded. 2 strikes straight back-to-back down the plate. 0-2 count. Might get another K right here. Talk about fighting your way out of an inning if he does this. Muscle memory, just got to put it right down the middle. Got him. Oh, no.
Good job.
It's
never mind.
1-2. So strike 2 just called.
All right. Well, anyways, Minnesota's up 39-32 on the Dallas Mavericks right now, second quarter. Kyrie Irving heard the slander from us. He's got 13 points in 13 minutes, 6 of 9 shooting. Shout out Kyrie for that. Standing on business right as soon as we say it. Lively's only got 3 rebounds in 7 minutes. That's not that bad, actually. Luka's got 9, 4 of 9 shooting. He needs to pick it up. T-Wolves side, Jaden McDaniels with 14, leading the way with all scorers. Anthony Edwards, 8 points. Rudy Gobert, 4. Cat, 2. Cat's shooting bad right now. Cat's shooting 1 of 5 right now. And what the hell? Kyle Anderson got 7 points in 6 minutes. Okay, then. That's going to wrap it up for us, guys. As just means, playoffs be wildin'.
Yeah, it is. But all right, folks, take care. Stay blessed. We'll see you next week. Good night.